What's up guys, Virgil here for JRPG Central, and today's video will be the first part in what I hope will become a multi-part series. One where I take a specific part of a JRPG that I find important or otherwise interesting, and discuss and analyze it for your viewing pleasure. So if you end up enjoying the video and want to see more like it in the future, be sure to hit the like button to let me know. Before we get into the video, I want to take a minute to tell you about today's sponsor, who is actually my first ever video sponsor, so I guess you could say we're moving on now. So I have a ton of ideas for the channel, but sometimes they either aren't deep enough to warrant a full-length YouTube video, or I just want to try something new without the commitment of posting it on the channel. So when Amino reached out to me about their platform and their new stories feature, it seemed like the perfect fit. Amino stories are basically the YouTube version of Instagram stories. They're made to be searchable and viewable at any time, and in general have a lot more effort put into them than your standard disposable Instagram story. I've already posted my first story on there, and I plan to post even more. To download the app, just click the link in the description or the pinned comment down below. And to find my profile and my stories, just search JRPG Central, and make sure to follow me and click the bell to know exactly when I'm posting new videos. Just like YouTube, every time you watch my videos, you'll be supporting me. And hey, if it's something you guys enjoy, I'll continue to publish content there regularly on top of YouTube. With that out of the way, on to the video. There are many key components that make up a great JRPG. Your characters have to be strong and memorable, your story captivating and engaging, and your music beautifully narrating the adventure as it unfolds. And of all the music, I would argue that no piece is more essential than that of the standard battle theme. The reason why should be obvious. What do you spend most of your time doing in a JRPG? When you're not talking to NPCs or advancing the story, you're in a battle. Out of every piece of music you will hear in the entire game, this is the single piece you will hear far more than any other. With that in mind, composing a battle theme is somewhat unique. This kind of applies to video game music in general, especially back in the days of the 8-bit and 16-bit eras, but your music needs to be composed with the fact that it will be heard over and over and over kept in mind. The same applies even more so when composing a battle theme. But if we want to take it one step further, there's an even more crucial aspect to good battle theme design. Not only does the song itself need to obviously be catchy and stay catchy upon multiple listens, but it also needs to hook the player immediately, right out of the gate. Why, you ask? Well, because as with any JRPG, once you're a high enough level, you'll eventually start stomping certain enemies fairly quickly. Battles may last no more than 10 to 20 seconds once you become powerful enough, which means you're going to be getting real cozy with that part of the song. This is why it's the most important part of any battle theme, and what any composer should focus on first and foremost when composing one. The Final Fantasy series is a great example to look to in this case. Final Fantasies 1 through 6 all began with the same classic melody, 2 measures of eighth notes repeated twice before the main melody kicks in. Or in more layman's terms, this immediately captures the player's interest, and the melodies that follow are instantly catchy and engaging. Final Fantasies 7 and 8 would ditch the opening intro to their battle themes while still being fantastic in their own right, before 9 would reincorporate it, harkening back to the series' roots. These tracks are a testament to Nobuo Uematsu's craftsmanship as a composer, and more specifically, a JRPG composer. For a more modern example, let's look at Persona 5's battle theme. Its chorus of strings and funky bass line immediately hook into your ears, as the vocals begin to melt into the rest of the track. Again, this song does exactly what every great JRPG battle theme should do. In the first few seconds of the song, it grabs your attention and does not let go. So what are some examples of bad battle theme composition? Well, there are a few that come to mind for me. Now understand that I'm not saying these are bad battle themes necessarily. I'm merely pointing out what I see to be flaws in their compositions as battle themes. I'm sure there are more that suffer from this same issue, and if you guys have any personal picks, I'd love to hear them down below. First is Blinded by Light from Final Fantasy XIII. Say what you will about Final Fantasy XIII, but its music was absolutely fantastic. And this is one of the many great tracks from this game, however, it has one fatal flaw. It has a very subdued beginning that eventually builds into a brilliant chorus of strings, and once that chorus kicks in, it is a great kick-ass battle theme. The issue is, that chorus doesn't come in until a full minute into the track, and let's be real, how often does a battle take longer than a full minute in that game? Especially once you know what you're doing with the paradigm system. In fact, the game encourages you to finish battles as quickly as possible. I mean, you get a star rating after each battle based on how efficiently you defeated your enemies, which affects drop rates and the quality of the drops. So having a track that takes a full minute to really get going is completely counterintuitive to the design of the game it was written for. I think it would have been cool to have a track that comes out of the gate guns blazing before slowly ramping up in speed the longer the battle went on, to signify your dwindling post-battle grade. It's really a shame because while I got sick of hearing the first 30 or so seconds of build-up with no payoff over and over and over, it's still a fantastic track. While Masashi Hamauzu had plenty of experience composing games before Final Fantasy XIII, occasionally you'll get a composer who doesn't traditionally compose for games, much less JRPGs, composing for a game for the first time. In this instance, I'm talking about legendary composer Joe Hisaishi, who is well known for his work for Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. Composing amazing scores for the likes of My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, and more, his work with the Ni no Kuni series is great, Ni no Kuni 1 in particular. However, both games unfortunately suffer from some pretty dull battle themes, and the same issue as 13's theme. Neither one is all that catchy or energetic to begin with, and hearing the first couple of seconds of each one repeatedly does them no favors. Ni no Kuni 1's theme just kind of stumbles out of the gate. It's a little too slow and a little too restrained, and it just lacks that oomph that other themes I've listed have. It's a great theme, it's just not a great battle theme. Ni no Kuni 2's is somewhat improved in some ways, but it's not great either. It has some added percussion and horns that help the theme have a little more impact, but I find the track to be less memorable overall than Ni no Kuni 1's. Now what I just said might sound like a contradiction, so allow me to explain. I think the battle theme from Ni no Kuni 1 is a more well-written piece of music, but less effective as a battle theme, whereas I find Ni no Kuni 2's to be a better fit for a battle theme, but overall a worse track, if that makes any sense at all. As you can see, more thought should be put into the battle theme than you might initially think. Mess up this one single song and it can affect the enjoyment of the game greatly. But these are just some of my personal thoughts on battle theme design. I'm obviously not a composer, I'm not a musician by any means. I'm just a guy who likes JRPGs and likes JRPG music. But I will say I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below what some of your favorite and least favorite battle themes are. And we're talking just normal battle themes, no boss themes, no like secret boss themes, just good old-fashioned standard battle themes. But anyway, I think that about does it for this video. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up as it helps us inch closer and closer to that 10K. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.